My name is Kenneth Francis. I'm out of Houston, Texas, and I'm really, really excited about Vox Direct and what we're doing. I've been involved with the company for about a month here in the very, very foundational stages of what we're about to release to the world here in the next few months. And I can tell you, I've been around the industry of networking for about almost 17 years now, part-time, mostly spare time, part-time, but full-time since 2008. And I've seen a lot of companies. I've been involved in a few companies as well, done very well, made a lot of money, helped a lot of people, and continued down my lane, so to speak, to find that company that I feel like would give me what it is that I've always looked for, and that's money and time exponentially in the same sentence. And I can say what we're building here with Vox definitely is looking very, very promising so far. So really excited to be your host, like I said, and what you can expect from tonight. If you are on the call for the first time, you're going to expect to see a deeper dive into the enrollment process and enrollment flow, how the product works, and how the compensation plan works as well. There are three questions that everyone asks, whether consciously or unconsciously. Number one, what is it, right? Number two, how does it work? Number three, will it work for me? And we're here to show you exactly those three things tonight, okay? Make sure we get that done for you so you walk away making an educated decision, okay? This is what, Vox Direct is all about. Our product or our parent company, VoxOc, has been around for many, many years, and we have a cloud-based solution because of what they've been able to do in the last 13 years, really, improving upon their technology and delivering something incredible to the marketplace. So we're going to enable you to turn any smart device into a complete virtual phone system. We're talking about unified business numbers, phone, text, fax, extensions, transfers, hold music, multiple virtual assistants, a unique toll-free number as well, recorded calls, voicemails can be read as well, text message marketing, schedule sending, and there's a lot more as well that we have our access to. Now, the company VoxOc, that I said a few seconds ago, has been in business for 14 years as a licensed telecommunication company, okay? They've invested over $80 million into the product that we're going to demo for you tonight. Again, $80 million into this product, and they own the patents. They own it outright. No partners, no other investors. The company owns this patented product. Very, very important to understand. Owning the software, owning the platform, no third-party providers. It's huge. We're the only company in the world that offers virtual assistant and text blasting in the one platform. No one else on the planet has that, and we're the one company that does. Patented. Love it. All right, so this is how you get started. Picking your plan is very, very easy. We have three plans: Vox Standard, Vox Direct Standard, $39 a month. You can see it comes with one number, right? 250 blast text messages. And we have our most popular package, the Vox Direct Pro, $89 a month, 2 phone numbers there, and 1,000 text blast messages. And then we have our Premier Pack. We recommend and suggest this pack for business builders, and you'll see why later in the compensation plan. $139 a month. You get 3+ phone numbers. You got the ability to buy more phone numbers as well. 2,000 blast text messages, many unlimited features as well. And what I really love about this, a studio recorded greeting you have access to among everything else. Don't have time to read all of it, but you can see for yourself there. So once you pick your plan, you just pick your number. It's very, very simple. Pick a new 800 number or port in your existing business number. If you have a number you want to port in, you can do that, right? You're just going to pick a toll-free number, 800, whatever that is, and pick a number, and it allows you to do our text blast system. Signing up is very, very simple. Just create an account, just like you've done before. First, last name, company name, et cetera. Make sure you put the mobile number current down there at the bottom, because this app is going to run through that mobile device's phone number, okay? You want to make sure you have that set up properly. You're just going to create an account. Very, very simple, all right? Now, how difficult is it to program? Not difficult at all, folks. What I love about Vox Direct's platform is very user-friendly, very clear and clean to understand. But you want to go to the receptionist button here at the top near the right, and you're going to customize what people hear when they call your business line. The individual that is going to be sponsoring you or bringing you on board, They're going to help you and walk you through this process and show you how to really, you can't really mess it up. You can't break this, folks. You don't have to be tech savvy. You don't have to be some wizard. You can be very just unknowledgeable about the whole situation. Figure this out, okay? Once you play with it a little bit, but you can save and listen and, and critique and tighten up your message as you please. Use the menu buttons to program where you want the call to go as well. And very, very cool to have prompts. I mean, how professional is that to really show a small business owner, an entrepreneur, how big their business is to have a virtual assistant do that for you, all right? Have calls forwarded to your office or cell phone as well. Just type the phone number in, where you want the call to be routed to. It can be directed to a cell phone or a landline, okay? So you never miss a call, folks. I mean, we got a lot of people out there that are using, different platforms and things that aren't, connected to their device, and they're missing calls or missing texts. Vox Direct has an answer for that. So customizing your business hours is really, really cool as well. Under the numbers tab, you have a choice of always, which means you're available all the time, or I believe most people do have business hours. You put only during business hours, and you can move the sliders left to right and pick those time frames and days of the week as well. Right? It basically masks over your phone, when you're inside of it, and then when you close it, you go back to having your normal device, whether it's Apple or whether it's Android, doesn't matter. It's a great app. You'll be able to place calls using any of your Vox numbers, answer incoming calls to your extension, send and receive text messages, record phone calls, transfer a call to another number with the flip call feature, add multiple people to the call, not just three, like a three-way, but actually up to 5 or more, I believe, as well. More like a conference line you can set up here, okay, with this app. View your extension's call activity, manage how your extension connects the calls as well, okay? So beautiful technology, very, very easy to use. And now I'm going to transition and bring on, someone I got a lot of respect for. This gentleman basically brought me to the company, sponsored me into Vox Direct. And when he called, I was not looking for anything, I'll be honest with you, but because of who he is and what he's been able to do in the industry of direct sales, network marketing, mentorship, coaching, I can go on and on, consulting, I had to pay attention. And as I paid more attention and I knew what he was about to go do, I wasn't letting him go and do it by himself or without me. I know he's going to do it with other people, but I definitely wanted to be involved. So I want to bring on my good friend and mentor, Mr. Glenn Crawford. He has a special, story with this text blasting platform and being a customer of other companies or other products in the text blasting space. He can.
Awesome. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Hey, thank you very much, Kenneth. I appreciate you kicking everybody off and walking everybody through the virtual receptionist side and a little bit about the company. And listen, everybody, I appreciate you all being on tonight. We got a lot of information to go through, so I want to try to jump right into it. But I do, I know it's on mute, and I would ask everybody to keep themselves on mute. I know sometimes you forget and you come off mute, but we want to eliminate as much of that background noise as possible. But in the interest of giving somebody their proper due, would everybody give Kenneth a silent applause? Perfect. That was perfect. All right, good. All right. So, I really appreciate Kenneth's a true pro, and I love partnering up with people like what we're putting together on this team is unbelievable. So I just wanted to take you a little bit through the text marketing side. So when you're in your program, at the top, there's going to be a dial that says voice and messaging. When you click over there, you're going to go into the text blasting platform. Now, the thing that's interesting about the text blasting is, and we'll get into some of the competition, is everybody that is utilizing this as a business should be using this to market for their business. This business tool supports the business. And what I mean by that is you have access to a text blasting platform. So everybody that is already on the team, I apologize for some of the people that aren't on the team yet, you wouldn't have seen this, but you would have gotten a text message a few minutes ago saying, hey, we're getting ready to start in 2 minutes, right? Well, it looks like I'm sending you an individual text message, but really in all actuality, I'm sending that to everybody on my team at the same time. That is the beautiful thing about text blasting, is if you set it up the right way, where you have the right people in, I call them the right buckets, but really the right lists, you will be able to manage your time much more efficiently. You'll be able to promote much better and more efficiently. And also, as you're building your team, you know, when you're talking to people, they're all going to go through different stages of the funnel. So, you know, the way we've been marketing out to the team, we start off everybody with, you know, a text message, and then another text message, and then a 2-minute video, and then an 18-minute video. But as you're, you know, bringing people through that funnel, if you're moving people from list to list, you will now know exactly which list to go to in order to send out a message to all the people that are at that stage. So you really need to dive into this and start using this function. I had a conversation with Larry Wallace this morning, and when we were talking, he was showing me that the people that have the most usage out of the text blasting, it's correlating to their success in the business. Now, his philosophy is that once you get into the text blasting and you start to understand it and you start to value it, now it makes it very easy for you to talk to other business people about it, because it is such an awesome service. So there's 2 ways you can add people on your text list. One, you can add them manually. You just have to click off that they've agreed to receive the text messages. Or 2, they can opt in by using a keyword. And with the blast texting, your texts are going to be sent from your business phone number. You're going to be able to visually see what the text message looks like prior to you sending it out. When somebody replies back to you, they're going to reply back to your phone app, so you can communicate back and forth with them peer to peer. Now, a lot of people have asked, well, if I send a text blast to, like, let's say 200 people, and then they reply back, am I paying per person when they reply back? No, that's peer-to-peer text messaging. You don't have to pay for those. So now when somebody replies back and it's that conversation, you can have an unlimited amount of those. And the cool thing about our service is we offer unlimited keywords. So a keyword is that short word that you would text into a number to get onto somebody's list. And a lot of companies, restaurants, realtors, you know, realtors now put their short codes right on their signs. So if you know any realtors, this would be a perfect product for them. Restaurants, you know, text this word to this number and receive 15% off. You know, I have barbers using it. There's all sorts of different ways that you can utilize the text message to grow your business. And the thing is, texting is really where it's at, because the texting community is growing at a rapid pace because emails are dying. So we want to make sure that we get our head wrapped around the text messaging. In addition, when you're a premier customer with Vox Direct, you're receiving 2,000 blast text message credits per month. But a lot of people have actually asked me, well, what do I do if I want to send more than 2,000 blast text messages per month? So we put this together to show you kind of a comparison. I'm going to show you this, and then we're going to show you a couple different services. But I want you to look at 10,000 credits. It's the third one over. 10,000 credits is $209 a month. Now, the 10,000 credits that are $209 a month, that includes the Premier Virtual Receptionist part. So that's already included, the 3 phone numbers, your unlimited extensions, unlimited virtual receptionist, your business hours, your call recording, all that stuff. That's already included in there, but you're upping from 2,000 to 10,000. It's not 10 plus 2, it's 10,000 total. And it's $209 a month. If somebody wanted to up that, they can. They have total control of increasing the amount of text messages they can send out each month. But I want you to look at right in the middle here. This is a competitive service that I've used in the past called Easy Texting. Easy Texting, now this has nothing to do with a $80 million virtual receptionist program. This is literally just for texting. You get 6 keywords at 10,000 messages, and it's $450 a month. $450 per month. We are at $209 for 10,000 messages. They are at $450. Everybody has to get their head around the texting part of this plan, because if not, you're missing the boat. Here's another company, Tell My Cell. I used to use this company also, 10,000 messages, 6 keywords, same deal. I used to think they were really the same company. They almost feel and felt the same, but I found out later they all just use kind of a similar platform. $450 a month. So we're less than half, and we include our virtual receptionist service. But here's the thing, like, and this is my account with Tell Myself. Here's the thing with the texting platform is when you're using one of those services, you're sending a message out from a short number, 88202, I think is the number. So when somebody replies back, they're actually replying back to your inbox. And because they're replying back to your inbox, people aren't used to checking their inbox. So it's not live. It's not that peer-to-peer, like what I was talking about, where if someone replies back, they're replying back to your phone number. They're replying back to the service. And because they're replying back to the service, you'd have to log in order to check to see if you got any messages, as compared to, you know, if Nancy Woodward would have texted me while I was using this service, she might have been able to actually get on that 9 p.m. call. But 3 years ago, when she sent me that message, I never went in to check it because I wasn't in the habit of checking those messages. So there's really no comparison. When you start using our text blasting service, you're going to see why everybody is so fired up and why we are talking about this as being a disruption to the telecommunications industry. We are literally cutting their price in half, and our program is better, and it includes the virtual receptionist. Guys, if you're not fired up about this, you're not paying enough attention. So I just want to give you a little background on me, just so you know who I am, just in case you're just hearing my voice for the first time. So I am one of the founding 12 members of Vox Direct. So that picture there in the middle was me when I was out in San Diego. I went out and visited the company, and when I visited the company, I met with the owners. I had an opportunity to spend over 3 hours talking to the firm that wrote and developed the compensation plan. I sat with the IT programming department about their, about the actual program, the virtual receptionist, the text blasting, the software. And, you know, the things that I would look for if I were you evaluating this company is I would look for the same things that I looked at when I was out there. The things that impressed me about this company were that, number one, this company's already been around for 14 years and they have a successful and proven track record. Number two, this company is now just expanding into the direct sales industry for the first time, but they're doing it with a proven product, and that product they've invested over $80 million into. Number three, they own everything. Like Kenneth talked about, they own the software, they own the platform, they have a patent on the ability to combine text blasting with the virtual receptionist. They're the only company in the world that can do that. This company is poised to explode here over the next 6 to 12 months. And the other thing that was very impressive to me is that the company is already worldwide. So as a licensed telecommunications company, they're already in multiple countries. And what that tells me is that once we get it off of the ground, and, you know, hey, listen, everybody wants to jump into a new company because they think it's, you know, oh my God, it's brand new and everybody's going to want to sign up. No, it's not quite like that. There's some heavy lifting in the beginning. But once we get this lifted up, everybody in the world is going to be in our business. Now, are they going to be in your business? I don't know that. That really depends on how much work, effort, and energy you put into this, but they're going to be in somebody's business. So everybody in the world that gets onto this program, you could potentially have a small piece of that. And the way I look at it is, if I could get 2 cents, 3 cents per text message on a text blast over billions of text messages, and that's what this company's already doing, is billions of text messages per month, I want to grab a piece of that. You know, a little bit about my background. I've been in the industry now for over a decade. I've been with multiple companies, and, you know, yes, I've had a decent track record as far as earning potential and residual income. I also do coaching, and I have a coaching program. I've been in the Platinum Partner program with Tony Robbins, and I've worked directly with Bob Proctor as a certified coach. Now, the reason why I share that information with you is not to impress you, but just to talk to you about why this team, which we call ourselves the Code 4 team, why this team is the place to be. We are working around the clock to create tools, to create training, to create things that will help you build your business as you get more engaged with Vox Direct. I'm also married. I have 4 children. My children range from 4 years old, which is the little guy over there in the right. He's almost 5. Unfortunately, he's down with the flu right now. And then my oldest daughter is 18 years old, and she's looking at colleges. So one of the things that hit me is we started looking at Drexel University. I said, hey, man, I got to get out there. I got to start making a little bit of extra money here in order to pay for that college. So, you know, whatever you need as far as in your life, you know, I believe that Vox Direct is going to provide us the vehicle to be able to hit those goals. And the reason why I say that is because when I was out evaluating the company, the other thing that stuck out to me that really hit me was, once I got past, okay, the company's been around for 14 years, they own everything, they don't have any third-party vendors, they're worldwide, you got a great family-owned company, you know, you don't have players, you know, that are involved that are going to pull the rug out from under us. And, you know, then I looked at the compensation plan, and like I said, I spent multiple hours with the firm that wrote the compensation plan, and I believe the compensation plan is actually our best product, and so that's what I'm going to go over with you here tonight. So first thing that I want to talk about is why use a direct sales model. So here's the thing. You look at a product like this, right? How do you get this product out to market? You could use Google and Facebook. Very expensive. Once you get it and you're bringing in customers, it certainly, you know, could be lucrative. But you're not reaching everybody, you know. I mean, obviously there's a lot of people out there, but there's a lot of people that aren't on there as well, you know. So this is more of a business, you know, tool. So maybe you use other social media like the LinkedIn or something along those lines. Or maybe you use a spokesperson, you know, maybe you do television commercials, radio. You know, I hear a lot of ads for business tools on ESPN when I watch football, because I guess they figure a lot of people that are business people maybe watch football. I don't know. So when you have a choice for a company on how you're going to get your product out to market, you really only have a couple different choices. Either I'm going to use advertising and marketing, or I'm going to use some sort of referral program. Now, the thing is, if I'm going to use a referral program, how do I do it where it's lucrative enough to where everybody will pay attention to it? You know, I mean, getting $50 just to refer somebody over, or $25, that's not enough money, right? So it's like, do I have the marketing and advertising and then add on top of it maybe a referral program? Well, when the company looked at this, because they're profitable already and they've been in business for 14 years already, they already know that what their profit margins are. And they know that based off of where they're priced in the market, when you combine these two services together, that they can afford to give away 60% of the retail sale product back to whoever, whether it's to advertising or whether it's to people like us. The reason why they chose this is because they wanted this story to be told better than it could be told in a 60-second or a 30-second commercial. And that's where direct sales comes in. If you have a product that is a little bit more complicated or a little bit more complex that requires somebody to explain it, where there's a story behind it, that's when you need to bring people in, right? But again, you got to be able to pay the people enough money. Now, some people will say, well, what is that? Like one of those pyramid things? So I bring this up, and here's the reason why I bring this up. Anybody who has had that cross their mind, I encourage you to go to the FTC website and look up what constitutes a pyramid. When somebody says, is this one of those pyramid things? What they are actually saying is this illegal? And what that really means is there really a product or a service that is being sold? The definition per the FTC website is, for a pyramid, or an illegal pyramid really, is if there's no product or service being transferred, meaning you don't have a product that you're selling, then that could be a pyramid scheme. So when somebody says that though, what they're really saying is that they don't know a lot about this type of stuff, but what they've heard or what they've seen before, you know, they've seen something like that, and so they associate it with that. Now, I never take any of that stuff personal because I know already that that person is just not educated in that area. So that's why I say, hey, go here, find out for yourself what constitutes what a pyramid is. If the people that are in the know, the people that have been around this business, they know that direct sales is not a good choice for a company. It is the best choice for a company. And it is not a good business, but it is the best business. And the reason why it is the best business is because where can you start off in a business for really less than $1,000? You're getting started in your own business. You're taking very low risk and you have unlimited upside potential. You name me any business out there where you can do that, because in most cases you can't. Most businesses require 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000, 200,000. You want to buy a franchise, you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase a franchise. So how do you get started with this? There's two options of getting started. First, you can pay $29 and refer customers over. That is their affiliate program. And if you have, you know, businesses or companies that, you know, hey, they just want to refer people over, refer customers over, you'll see on our compensation plan, you can make a lot of money referring customers and create a residual income doing it that way. The second way is you pay $199 and you invest in yourself to get certified. Now, when you get certified, you're going to receive mastery level sales training, team building, social marketing, speakers training, advanced prospecting. You're going to gain life skills, relationship mentoring, not by me, mindset training, and personal development resources. As a certified ICC, you also gain access to the fast start bonuses, customer acquisition bonuses, and check matching bonuses. Those are very important, and they make up for about half of our compensation plan. So anybody that wants to build a team, there really is no choice. You're going to want to do the $199. So what does it look like? Okay, so let's say this is you, and the Vox Direct building, that represents your business. The little person on top on the phone, that represents you. Now, I'm having a hard time, you know, saying that because I'm also looking at Melissa. Her smiling face here is kind of staring back to me on my screen. So I'm going to have to say, if there's are any women, you have to pretend to be this guy, this young, tan, good-looking guy on the phone. So pretend to be him for a second. So that is the customer, because there's two parts to this. There's number one, starting your business. which is the $199 certification. That's to become an independent communications consultant. Then there is becoming a customer, two separate pieces. I am now investing in my business. If I'm starting a business, what's the one thing every business needs? I need a phone. So you're essentially starting your business with your phone system. We are suggesting for anybody that is in the business that you start out with the $139 premium service, and you'll see when we get to the comp plan why. But you're investing in the business, become a product of the product. Now, what are my additional expenses? There is also a $10 monthly administration fee. What does that cover? Well, that covers my website, because you're going to get a replicated website. That covers all your billing, accounting, tracking your whole business, essentially. And that's how we get paid. So that's a $10 monthly fee on top of the $139. So you're looking at $149. So $199 plus $139 plus 10 means that in order to get started in this business, you're going to have to invest about $350. And your first year, you're going to spend just under $2,000. Now, again, when I talked about why direct sales, and I think this is the greatest business in the world, and I wear it with a badge of honor on my chest, is because what other business can you invest less than $2,000 into and have the kind of income opportunity that we're going to provide for you? But at the same time, it requires effort. You have to go to work. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It does not work like that. So you need to do the skills that we are willing to teach you in order to succeed in your business. Now, if you do those skills, you will get paid. But when I go through these next few slides, I want you to understand, I am not promising you any income. That is on you. You have to do the work in order to be successful in this business. If you do, though, this company has 10 different ways that you're going to get paid. Now, I'm going to be all over the map. I am not going to show you, this is not a comp plan training. I'm not going to show you every way that you can earn money. I'm going to, over the next 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to show you how to structure your business in order to make the most impact and the most amount of money based on where you're at. So let's start with the simple basics. Okay, so now first, you have one product. Right there in itself, that should get you excited. This is not one of these companies that has 500 products or 300 products. You have one product. Now you have to learn it. That means you have to open it up and get in and start playing around with it. You have to use it. So you're going to have to become a product of the product. And that's, again, why we recommend the Premier service. But we have one product. Now there's 3 choices on the product, but the first month that you enroll a customer, you're going to get 40% of what that customer pays. There's no complicated BV, CV, all that stuff. If you've been in other direct sales companies, if somebody pays $139, you're getting 40% first month. That's $55.60. If someone pays $89, it's $35.60. $39, it's $15.60. So what I want to do is I want to help you understand this and structure out how this would look. So now remember, Melissa, you're on top. That's you. I know. You're on top with the phone, and that's your little Vox Direct business. It's pretty. It's got an orange stripe and a purple stripe on a little building. So I guess that's what virtual businesses look like. We're trying to make it look like a brick and mortar business so everybody can get their head around it. So you're the phone service, then you have your company. We want you to get 3 personal customers. Now, I'm going to say it again, just so I make sure you heard me. I did not say 30. I did not say 60. I did not say 300. I said 3. I want you to go get 3 personal customers. Now, they can come in at any level they want. They're just customers. So let's just say 2 of them come in at $89 and 1 comes in at $139. On the first month of service, you're going to get 40%. So what's that look like? $35.60, $35.60, $55.60. Now, there is a 7-day money-back guarantee when customers come on. Once you've made it past the 7-day money-back guarantee, on the next pay cycle, which we do pay weekly, you will get paid your commission. So there you go. You've made, I don't know, a little bit of money, right? 70, 120, 125 bucks. So now, bringing somebody into the business, now I'm introducing this to people that I want to work with. Those are going to be my ICCs. Each of them are going to invest $199. So now, how much do we get paid on them? Nothing. We do not earn money by having people pay $199 to start their business. I do not get anything out of bringing somebody into this business and then paying $199 and them not doing anything, right? We don't get paid off of that. That would, again, go against the code of the FTC. We also want to, it takes a year in direct selling before you can apply for your, to be a licensed direct sales company. We want to make sure that we're doing everything above board and above standards because we want to be around for a long time. We do not pay on somebody's initial investment. But in saying that, everybody that does come in, they're going to be just like you, and they're going to want to get a phone service. So we recommend Premier phone service at $139. So when you bring them in to the business and sign them up as customers, you are going to get 40% of their phone service because you are also enrolling them in as a customers. I call this the 3x3 back in black plan. You want to know this plan, and I'll show you why you want to know this plan. But this is the 3x3 back in black plan. 3 personal customers. In this scenario, you made $126.80. 3 ICCs that have phone service, that's $166.80. So that's $293.60 plus your $50 fast start bonus, which we'll talk about. So that's $343. So now if you're paying attention so far, you already heard you're going to have to invest about $350 to get started. Well, now you're back in black. Pretty much anything you do from here on out is going to be profit. Now, what happens after month 1? So after month 1 is what's called a reoccurring commission. So now all the people that you've enrolled, once you've gotten past the first month, you're going to receive a 10% commission every time their credit card, which is on file, every time it gets billed. So now in this case, you get $8.90, $8.90, $13.90. Obviously, you can read the screen. Now that's on month 2. So month 1 was the 40%, month 2, 10%, month 3, 10%, month 4, 10%. But now what happens is after 3 months, month 2, month 3, month 4, there is a 10% retention bonus that gets paid retroactively every 3 months on the monthly service fees of your personal customers who maintain their service for 3 months or more. Now that is every 3 months, not just the first 3 months. So in this case, you would have been getting a $73.40 residual commission. But when you add the 20%, because that's really what it is 20%, you are now getting $146.80 on average, because on average you're getting 20%. So now again, if you're paying attention, you would have seen the back in black plan got you your money back. And with the structure that we have set up, on average getting paid 20%, you are now covering your monthly service fees. So now your business is in the clear. So now, essentially what we want to do is teach other people to do the same. So now how does that work? Well, when I bring in my ICC, that's my independent communication consultant, that's my person here on the left that's under Melissa. So this is Melissa on top. And then Melissa signed up her friend, Betty Sue. So Betty Sue is going to be one of her ICCs. Well, each one of those business centers, if you go back and do the math, that's billing out $734. That's how much is being accounted for in that business, meaning the phone services, 89, 89, 139, 139, 139, and 139 comes to 734. So 734 is being billed out. If you have 3 ICCs, 3 business partners, you teach all 3 of them to do the same thing that you did, get your money back and get your service paid for. Their first month of signing up those customers, you're going to receive a 20% commission because now they're getting the 40%. That would work out to $440. Now, what happens is as we start to build a team, you start to unlock additional levels in the compensation plan. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the pieces of the compensation plan tonight because it would be too complex. But as you move through team leader, supervisor, manager, director, and executive director, you're unlocking tiers. So team leader, tier 1, 10%. Supervisor, tier 2, an additional 10%. Manager, tier 3, an additional 5% on that tier. Director, 5%, and then executive director is 2% down through infinity. But what does that look like? Real math. This is how this is going to look. So now, remember, we have our 3, you have you, back in black, 3 business centers. You're making $440 on your first month. Now, as it gets into the next month, you're getting a tier 1 override of 10% over your 3 business partners' customers. That would be $220.20. Now, as your business grows, the goal would be that you're helping your 3 business partners duplicate. So now when your 3 business partners teach 3 other people to go back in black, you will now have tier 2 overrides. That would be an additional 10% on your tier 2, but now you'll have more business centers there. You would receive approximately $660. Now that's just on the tier 2. Remember, you have your 146. That's from your personal customers. That's what you'll be getting on average with the 20%. That equals $1,000 a month in residual income. So I want to go back and show you that again, just to make sure everybody sees this. 3 business partners that duplicate your back in black. The second month, the customers pay their bill, you're getting tier 1 overrides at 10%. So this is your residuals. It's $220. If it duplicates 1 time, that's 3 that get 3, that's 9, that's $660 on your second level, plus your 146, totals $1,000 in monthly residuals. You are now what's considered a thousandaire. Your goal is to go back in black and then help 3 people go back in black. With 1 more level, you will become a thousandaire and you will be earning an additional 1,000 hours per month in passive residual income. Now, what happens from there? Well, let's take it 1 step further. Tier 3, well, 3 by 3 by 3, that would give you $990 on your 3rd tier. On that tier, you're getting a 5% override. So now you just doubled your income. You went from 1,000 hours a month to 2,000 hours a month. What about tier 4? Well, that's an additional $3,000. So that's 3 that get 3, that get 3, that get 3. On your tier 4, at a 5% override, you'd be receiving $2,972.70. You are now earning approximately $5,000 per month in residual income. Now, this is only really one facet of the compensation plan, and this is just using a model of 3 by 3. I want to show you a model of 12 by 12. 12 people that get 12 people. So our goal, my goal, was to get 12. I did that. All of my independent communications consultants are paying on the premium plan for $139. Plus 3 personal customers, your business would be billing out at $1,985. So now, what does that look like? We're going to use the same scenario. So $1,985 per business center, 12 business centers at 20%. That is the first month that those customers come on. You're making close to $5,000 because remember, you're getting 20% that month. Now, when it gets into month 2, that's when the overrides kick in on the billing, the first billing, it's really the second billing cycle. So tier 1, 10% overrides, 12. This is just the 12 to get 12. I'm at $2,382. Tier 2, so 12 to get 12, 12 to get 12 to get 12. I'm at $28,584. And I now, when you count my personal, residuals, I am now earning over $30,000 per month in residual income. Now, again, this is not a promise of income. This is hard work. Getting 12 to get 12 ain't easy. That's not going to be easy, but is it worth it? Well, let's see what happens if 12 to get 12 to get 12. Now I'm up to $171,000. Remember, at tier 3, you get a 5% override. Now, again, this is on month 2 and beyond. Now, I am not going to calculate beyond tier 3 using this scenario. I just wanted to give you an idea of the power of how much money you can make when you're getting paid on the retail price of the service. In this particular scenario, this is me coming in, enrolling 12 people in the premium service and 3 personal customers, duplicating it 12 times, and then 12, they get 12, they get 12. Now I'm earning over $200,000 per month. So now, again, I told you I wasn't going to go through all the parts of the comp plan, but this other part of the comp plan, I got to go through with you. It's just going to take a couple minutes. So there's something called a fast start bonus. As a certified independent communication consultant, you can earn a fast start bonus of $50 when you enroll your first 3 customers. Now you have to do it within the first 30 days. So now there's a fast start bonus, and then there's a customer acquisition bonus. These are 2 different things. Fast start bonus is when you get your first 3 customers. Customer acquisition bonus is when the ICCs, your business partners, when they enroll their first 3 customers, they are going to earn their fast start bonus of $50, but you're going to get a match. It's called a customer acquisition bonus. So you're getting $50 for each time one of your personal enrollments, your partners, when they get their first 3 customers in their first 30 days. They're getting 50 on the fast start. You're getting a match. It's called a CAB. Now, as you start to build a bigger business, you are going to become coded. Now, I know a lot of people have told me they don't understand this part. By the time you're done, over the next 5 minutes, you are going to understand it. So when you come in, you get your first 3 customers within your first 30 days, you earn a fast start bonus. It's $50. When somebody you enroll earns their fast start bonus, you get a CAB. When you enroll the first 3, you're not coded. So they earn 50, you earn 50. When you get to 4, 5, and 6, so see here it says code 1 team paid on certified consultants 4 through 6. What does that mean? Well, my 4th independent communications consultant that enrolls 3 customers in their first 30 days, the 5th and the 6th. Now I'm coded at $75. I'll explain it, but that's all you need to know right now. You're coded at $75. Code 2, that's when my 7th, 8th, and 9th, they get their fast start bonus. Right now I go to code 2, it's $100. Code 3, 10 through 12, and code 4 is when 13 or more of the consultants that I brought to the table get their fast start bonus within their first 30 days. I now go to code 4. Now, if you've been paying attention, you'll notice that we call ourselves the code 4 team. Why? Because we want everybody to go code 4 to maximize the compensation plan. So I'm going to show you now how this works. So now let's, in this scenario, pretend that Melissa, who is at the top of this, that's Melissa, is a code 4. Now remember, what does code 4 mean? That means she enrolled 13 people at minimum that all went out and got their first 3 customers within their first 30 days. Now, it doesn't mean she did it in her first month. It could have taken her a year, 6 months, a month. I don't know how long it took her, but she now has had 13 people come into this business and get 3 customers within 30 days. She's a code 4. So what does that mean? Well, let's say now she goes out and enrolls a new person into the business. Well, when she enrolls that new person into the business, that person will earn their $50 fast start bonus when they get their first 3 customers in their first 30 days. Melissa, she's a code 4. She is going to get a $150 cab bonus. Now, it doesn't stop there. That's just the beginning. So let me show you another scenario. Now, let's say her business partner goes out and enrolls another person. That person goes out and gets their $50 fast start bonus. Well, what does the partner make? Well, the partner gets a $50 cab. Remember, the person, the third in the line down there, they went out and got their 3 customers in 30 days. The person who enrolled them gets the cab. So 50-50. But Melissa's a code 4. So what does she get? Does she get 150? She gets 100. It's called a differential cab. It's a D cab. She did not enroll the person that's 2 levels away from her. Somebody that she enrolled them. So $150 is going to be paid out total in cab bonuses. If you're a code 4, you take the 150, subtract the 50 that was already paid out, and you're left with a $100 differential. So let me do some again so you can get this better. So now let's go down to the bottom. Now that person comes in. They get their $50 fast start bonus. Who gets the cab? The cab goes to the person that enrolled them into the business. Now, what does Melissa make? 100. 100 plus 50 is 150. She's coded for 150, so she's getting the differential cab. Now, let's say that the person she enrolled into the business now is enrolling other people, and they are now getting people. She's helped at least 4 people get their first 3 customers in the first 30 days. That person goes code 1. That person would be coded for $75. So now let's do the same situation again, but now you have somebody between you and the person that enrolled, the person that got the 3 customers. So now here's the person that got the 3 customers, $50 fast start bonus. The person who brought them to the business made the match. They got a cab, customer acquisition bonus, $50. So now there's $150 on the table. 50 is spent, but the person you brought into the business originally, they're code 1. So what do they get? The difference between 75 and 50. So they get 25. So now what does Melissa get? 75. So 25 was spent on 1 decab, then 50 on the cab, plus our 75 is a total of 150. So hopefully by using all of those different scenarios, you now have an idea of why it's so important to continue to bring this to people and help them get their first 3 customers in their first 30 days. Now, as we move forward into building a team, you are going to have multiple lines growing all over the place. Now, remember, we suggest 12. Obviously, you're going to need 13 to become a code 4, but 12 right now to build the foundation. 12 to get 12 to get 12. That's the goal. But as these cabs and decabs and fast start bonuses are coming up in your organization, you're going to see 25s, 50s, 75s, 100s, and 150s for the people you bring in coming up all over the place. But now imagine as your organization continues to grow and what that would look like. You literally have money coming in from people that you have no idea who they are. It runs through infinity on every single line. This is one last piece I want to talk to you about is the matching bonuses. So what happens when you bring somebody in and they go code 4 and you're code 4 and they're earning, you know, a big check too? Well, in this company, they give you what's called a matching bonus. For the first 3 people that you bring into the business, when they earn their cab and decab checks, they're, you know, so in this case, you got a $5,000 check, you're going to receive a 20% match of that bonus check. Now, once you get past the first 3, it goes, you know, to that 4, 5, and 6. When you're a code 1, you're going to get a 5% match on those partners. On your code 2, which is your 7, 8, and 9, you're going to get a 10% match. 10, 11, 12, a 15% match, and then 13 or more, you would get a 20% match. But now here's the other reason why we want you to go code 4. When you go code 4, they retroactively give you a 20% check match on every single person that you brought into the business. So there's a lot of money on the table with this company and this compensation plan. We are right now at 9:03. We started at 8:03. We always say that we are going to keep it to an hour. But if anybody has any questions, you know, I can take a couple minutes and answer any questions that anybody has. But here's what I would tell you before I wrap up. This company is launching officially on January 1st. You are one of the first people in the world to see this. If it hasn't sunk into you yet, this is going to be a transfer of wealth in the telecommunications industry. We are literally disrupting the telecommunications industry. You have an opportunity, but an opportunity is only good if you take advantage of that opportunity. My suggestion to you is if you see it the way that we do, get back with the person that invited you on this video. Tell them that you want to get started now. The way that you would get started now is, number 1, sign up as a customer. Come in as a premier customer is what we suggest. It's $139. There's no equipment to buy. There's no, you don't have to buy a new phone. You don't have to, there's not really nothing you got to do. It's easy. It's a 5-minute sign up. Very, very simple. And there's a 7-day money back guarantee. Get in and start playing around with it. Try the product out. See how you like it. Then let's maybe circle around and we'll talk about a business strategy together. Because the team is small now, believe me, we're not going to be like this for long. I would love to meet everybody that comes in and talk to you a little bit just to get an idea of how serious you are about building this business. Now, if you want to build a business and do the 3x3 model and ultimately get to $1,000 a month residual or a $2,000 a month residual or a $5,000 a month residual, awesome. Awesome, awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do the 12x12 model, believe me, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it is possible. You're going to have to get to work and you're going to have to be serious. But if you want to do that and earn, you know, some big, significant, serious money, obviously we need to talk about that. But the reason why I show both is for some people, 2,000 hours or 1,000 or 5,000 hours that's a lot of money right now. And that could change their lives. I think I read an article that said statistically, you know, out of like all the foreclosures a year or 2 years ago, that, you know, like 80% of them wouldn't have foreclosed if the household had an additional 500 hours coming in per month. And we're talking about showing you guys a way to get to 1,000 hours a month, 2,000, 5,000 hours a month. So wherever you are is perfect. But in order to take advantage of this opportunity, you have to make a decision. And that's what I'm calling you to do. My call to action is make a decision. Hopefully you'll join us. But if you don't, I appreciate you coming on the call. If you can think of anybody that you think might be interested in the service, or a good business partner for the person that invited you on, let them know. If not, that's okay. We appreciate you being here, and you know, we're really glad that we had an opportunity to talk to you tonight. But if you're interested, let's get you in. Let's get your space reserved. Do not walk but run to get your spot reserved so that you can get involved in this big transfer of wealth that's happening right now with this company.